我只是一个普通人。
从现在开始，我就是你的主人。
外でどんなに打ちのめされても、ここに戻ってきて、モモになれるのが嬉しかったんだ。
Serve or be served? Hello dear, welcome to Top List Drama. A story filled with a domineering arrogant master, with obedient servants who always been bullied by her master. Hey, who doesn't like this? Therefore, please take your comfortable positions, and now we will count down our pick for the top 10 master-servant relationship story in Asian drama. As always, you catch me more content like this, give me a subscribe and let me know which drama list you want to see next. Love of Thousand Years. The story about Fu Ju-yun, an immortal deity who falls in love with a mortal woman and longs to begin a relationship with her. Although he is very powerful, he finds himself repeatedly unable to win her heart and instead ends up following her through 1,000 years and 10 different mortal incarnations. But when she is reborn as a princess, things promise to be different, particularly after an evil-minded prince from a neighboring realm hatches the devious plan with a group of demons.
这太吓人了，太吓人了，给我吓坏了都，太吓人了。
说你呢？
The plot succeeded in wiping out the prince's family and devastating her realm. But Xin Xuan managed to take on the form of her maid named Aman and evades her vows. There will be a time when Fu Ji-yun deliberately makes Xin Xuan as his servant. Well, even if it is only for a moment.
原来是想偷看我沐浴呀，小坏蛋。
I am a pet at Dali Temple. I can say the journey watching was worthwhile.
慢着，本王正需要一名宫女，看她不错，决定即刻召进宫。
It's a time travel series that anyone will love because it doesn't contain a lot of betrayal and hatred, which is why it's perfect if you want to take a break from the classical dramas. The plot kicks off when Ru Xiaolan accidentally travels through time and finds herself in some point of ancient China. All of this sounds very familiar to the generic drama fangirl. However, the twist here is she is transformed into a cat. Purely by chance, she meets Sing Mo-yeon, who is suffering from a poison. As they kiss, they realize that they have found the solutions to each other's complications. Deciding to stick together for their own gain, the two embark on a journey to find the 5-colored stone that can break Xiaolan's curse and the ghost crash that can cure Mo-yeon's affliction.
我一不小心就摘了个桃子，要不我还是还给你吧。
太子殿下。
Ashi Girl. This is one of those super underrated extra cute dramas. If you're looking for something sweet, funny, not too ridiculous, I will say this is the one. The story is simple, very simple. Nothing too serious with enough funny scenes in. The craft has to be my favorite of many. The main character, Hayaka Yui, a 16-year-old girl whose only strong point is her ability to run fast. She accidentally goes back in time to the Warring States era where she makes use of her ability on the battlefield to protect her beloved young prince. Through finding a goal to work towards too, Yui finds a new world waiting for her as she uses her power to change the person she loves and move the people she meets.
毒じゃ。食うたら真の像が止まる。
Rattan. Rattan is a new Chinese fantasy drama which comes out in 2021. The drama tells a story about a girl Shitang who is an alien. People fear her and make a crew of Sunset. The chief of Sunset, Shushan, kills Shitang, but she is waken up by a man named Xingfang after he fell from the cliff with a car. After she wakes up, Shitang treats him as her servant because he gave him second life. It makes Xingfang uncomfortable.
你是什么人？
我只是一个普通人。
从现在开始，我就是你的主人。
With Xingfang by her side, Shitang learns what it means to live and love, but the fragmented memories of her past continue to torment her. Determined to understand the mysteries of her past, Shitang and Xingfang continue to search for answers, their quest drawing them ever closer. But how long will their happiness last when the demon of the past refuses to die?
怎么了？
你怕这个啊？
An Oriental Odyssey. The story began when a rich, young, beautiful daughter of a court official buys an amnesiac boy from a market. Girl also meets a city detective and together they solve crimes around the city with some help. Okay, cool. But for the most part, it's relatively logical. Fast track to the middle of the drama, the slave boy remembers his true identity, has stolen a precious treasure, and returned to his original homeland. By the end of the drama, we have people turning into dragons, bats, and moths. There is soul-splitting occurring, time travel, and magical spells running amok. Relationships are fully warmed by this point, and just overall, there is honestly a lot going on that you somewhat get lost in the mix. Evernight. When a family was unjustly massacred by a great general, a young boy named Ningxu escaped. He managed to survive in his wild through his wits and growing fighting skills. One day, he dug up from a pile of corpses a baby girl that he named Sang Sang. Since that day, the two of them are inseparable. Ningxu joined the frontier military and eventually became part of the entourage of Princess Liu as she traveled back to the capital. He managed to discover the hidden school known as the Upper Story, which leads him and Sang Sang to many wondrous adventures. Many hostile forces are gathering around them, and people are not who they appear to be. Is Ningxu the son of the king of Underworld, or the savior of humanity against their eternal night? Princess Agents. The story takes place during the chaotic times of Wei, where innocent citizens are often kidnapped and turned into slaves. Slave girl Xu Xiao was thrown into a vortex along with other slaves and becomes the next hunting target for the rich lords. She is saved by the prince of Yanbei, Yanxun. Afterwards, she is brought into a powerful family of Yuan and witnesses their bloody power struggle. Seeing this, she swears to take her younger sister and flee from the situation.
你醒了？你叫什么名字？
However, she catches the attentions of Yuan Yu and undergoes strict training while building a sense of companionship with Yanxun. Drama focuses on Xu Xiao's life beliefs and her struggle to survive in a cruel and unfair world. Angel's Last Mission Love. Angel's Last Mission's Love is a fantasy romance about a troublemaking angel that is given the missions of helping a blind hare find love after she lost her dream of being a ballerina so that he can return to heaven.
이 의자의 주인은 그대도 아니고 나도 아니오. 오직 천지를 창조하신 신뿐이라 했다. 틀렸어?
변태도 소매치기도 아니고 또라이 사이비였어.
어허!
The problem is, he soon falls for her himself. Lee Yeon-soo was a talented ballerina who lost her eyesight after an accident. This has left her cold and temperamental. In order to return to heaven, Kim Dam is given the seemingly impossible mission of finding true love for Yeon-soo, but ends up falling for her himself. Because of that, in this drama, you will find many scenes where Kim Dan obeys all the orders given by Yeon-soo, of course, to melt the iceberg in his heart. Bloody romance. Bloody romance is about a poor woman who stumbles into Guihua City to change her life. Except, it's not necessarily for the better when she discovers the brutality of the city that houses assassins and thieves based on how many assassin jobs they can accomplish. The death count of both assassins and targets are innumerable. Not to mention the leaders is cruel and enjoys torturing others. The main protagonist goes from a naive girl who gets by on a scraps to a strong woman who fights for survival while going through numerous obstacles, both physically and psychologically. The matters become more complicated when she falls in love with her own shadow at the Guihua City.
不要相信什么心有灵犀，蛊惑人心才是习琴的根本。琴能安神，更能撩拨。
Kimi Wa Petto. Kimi Wa Petto, or You're My Pet, is a Japanese josei manga series by Yayoi Ogawa. It's about Sumire, a young professional woman who takes in a younger man as a pet, and her attempts to keep her co-workers and conventionally perfect boyfriend from finding out about her pet. It also deals with the romantic attraction between Sumire and her pet.
すみれちゃんに十分助けられてるよ。外でどんなに打ちのめされても、ここに戻ってきて、モモになれるのが嬉しかったんだ。
Originally, Ogawa made Momo character mean to have much more animal-like personality, but for adaptation matters, Momo in live action describe more human-y. That's okay, Momo's still the best human pet ever. So cute.
やっぱすみれちゃんのオムライス最高。
Well, that's a list of the top 10 master-servant relationship story in Asian drama. Full of romance and serve or be served story. It's exciting, isn't it? Don't forget to know the title. Thank you and see you on the next video.